The hysteria over Bad Bunny's Super Bowl gig that we're hearing from English-only militants shows a disregard for America's historical reality, but so does a Spanish-only mindset that many immigrants here still embrace. Hi, I'm Tim Padgett, WLRN's America's editor, and this is America's Decoded, my commentary on Latin America, the Caribbean, and their key relationship with the U.S. Let me know what you think. When I retire, I might volunteer to teach Spanish and English both as second languages. I'm tired of watching Spanish-only immigrants act like there's nothing wrong with not speaking a word of English in this country, and I'm tired of listening to English-only Americans whine that there's everything wrong with hearing so many words of Spanish spoken in this country. Which of course brings us to Bad Bunny. When the NFL announced that the Puerto Rican reggaeton superstar will be the halftime performer at the next Super Bowl, MAGA erupted in mass spontaneous human combustion. Why? Bad Bunny's hits are en español, and so they're furious that such a prestigious slot would go to a non-English singing artist. But this isn't because they believe not enough red-blooded Americans speak Spanish to warrant this woke pluralism. What truly terrifies America Firsters is knowing that more than enough Americans hablan español to justify the NFL's choice. In fact, a fifth of the U.S. population speaks Spanish well enough to follow a good telenovela or enjoy una canción chévere, a cool song by Bad Bunny. And no, this is not just because of open U.S. borders, my MAGA friends. The Spanish language's stronghold here is mostly about history and geography. The Trump administration can raid every Home Depot parking lot in this country, but at this point in the American story, it won't expel Spanish as a national co-language. We can't sit on a 2,000-mile-long border with a Spanish-speaking continent and then be scandalized to find out we have the world's second-largest Spanish-speaking population. Likewise, we can't colonize Spanish-speaking islands in our Caribbean neighborhood, say Puerto Rico, where everyone, including Bad Bunny, is a U.S. citizen, and then be shocked to hear that a reggaeton idol is the next Super Bowl headliner. And yet, it's time the Spanish-only crowd stop acting like they don't play a role in this muddle too. To be clear, I do not endorse President Trump's efforts to make English America's official language. Pero por favor, I've lived and worked in several Latin American countries, and if I had never bothered to learn Spanish, I would have been pegged as an arrogant gringo. Meanwhile, countless immigrants who've lived for years on the U.S. mainland are themselves shocked to find that their unwillingness to communicate with the other 4/5 of Americans can rub people the wrong way. Here in Miami, for example, it can be a point of pride to come live the American dream without ever uttering an English sentence. I disagree. If it feels bigoted to demand English-only entertainment at a Super Bowl, it feels bad-mannered, if not self-defeating, to expect Spanish-only engagement in Miami. In both cases, it's not cool or chévere.